On the Monday agenda, Robbie Warnock is with us from the Blues. Robbie, welcome aboard.
G'day guys, how are you going?
Oh, we're good. What was it like today gathering for the review and for rehab as opposed to the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, the mood was probably a bit more positive, given obviously the win. So it's winning form is always good form, so it makes the week more enjoyable, and hopefully we can keep that going.
There'll be a lot of theorising around the difference between Carlton of last week and the Carlton of this week. What's your view? What was your feel for things as the match unfolded?
I think our ball use is probably just a bit better. We used usable and used the spare player as well. So instead of creating turnovers and then having to defend, we probably held the ball in our hands a bit more and then used it going forward, which probably made it look a bit different. But from our point of view, we weren't trying to use the ball any differently.
Robbie, you look like to us that you moved it quicker than you have in the past. You played on with flow. You know what I mean?
It's more, as I said, it probably just usable, which then use that. We had the forwards come up with the ball well, so we used them, which then creates the overlap and the flow. So, as I said before, there was no distinct difference from our point of view, but from the onlookers, people have been saying that, but there was no, so to speak, focus on us changing our game plan.
There was a distinct change in the tackle count.
Yeah, I thought the guys were really good. The midfielders are great with putting pressure around the contest. We know Bulldogs like to put the ball around. So I think our appetite to compete and tackle was a big reason why we won the game.
How low were you, Blake, seriously, when you're in that little trough?
I don't think not too low. It's always next week. That's a good thing about football. But there was a lot of noise about it. But you got to turn off to that and worry about what internally you can do. So we've digested the games over the last 4 weeks, obviously, and found out what we need to do. And hopefully that's translated onto the weekend and then going forward as well.
Carlton supporters aren't a forgiving bunch, are they?
As you probably well know, but
I do.
they're a good lot when we win, so hopefully we can keep that going for them.
Rob, your own performance, the coach described it as the most outstanding of your career.
Yeah, someone told me on that. I'm not sure about the coach, but I'll take that. It's always good having a coach give you a bit of a rap, so certainly copping a whack. So I'll take that and move forward next week. Got a big one this week against Cox, Nat Nui, and at the last Sinclair, so it's a big challenge this week.
And your forward structure, you get 8 goals out of Waite and Henderson, it finally starts to click in the gear.
Yeah, again, I thought they were great. Levi played well as well, so they kept coming at the footy and meeting the footy, and which created that flow and effect, I suppose. So, got 2 or 3 players who can really clunk the ball and then capitalise and keep those guys really makes a difference.
Robbie, 17 marks inside 50 to your tall forwards. It means that you're more direct and straight through the middle of the ground more than using the boundary.
I'm not sure if that's the case. I just reckon, as I said before, we just used the free player. So, previously we might have kicked a bit longer at times. We lowered our eyes this time and actually hit the guy that was on, which then created the overlap and the flow and the faster ball movement, I suppose, and then had the forwards one-on-one. So, that's probably the reason why.
Robbie, Raman just asked you a question about your form. Have you now set a standard for yourself that you have to keep to?
I hope so, yeah. I think last week probably started to build on, my game probably spreading a bit more from the contest and around the ground, and early on I was doing that a bit, and then it's a good battle with Will. So hopefully, it's a benchmark going forward, and as I said before, it's a big one this week against some quality opposition, so hopefully we can take that going forward.
You do understand that you set the pattern in the middle of the ground at the first jump that the players follow, and I think that's what Mick's saying. He was very pleased in what you did, so that's where you should be and where you should stay.
No, thank you. I think as I said before, the midfield at my feet as well, fantastic. I think Gibber, Murph, Carazzo, got some quality players around his feet there, and even when you're not having a great day, they can make it look good. So, as you said before, the pressure around the ball is great, so I don't think much can be taken away from them either.
Rob, after the Melbourne game, and I know you'll say it was a collective from the team, but was there one player that really stood up during the week and said, look, enough's enough of this, boys? We can't continue to perform the way we're going. Who was that player, or what was the significant change during the week?
I don't think there was any one change. As I said before, we've been obviously dissecting the games the last 4 weeks and seeing where we've gone wrong, and been working hard on that at training, and I'd say that's just flowed into this week. But I mean, you look at the players that played well on the weekend; they're all our leaders. So they led from the front. Murph was really good. Gibb was good. You got the forwards, Wadey, Hendo. So I don't think it was any one person. It's just collectively we've been working over a couple of weeks to improve, and that showed through on the weekend.
What was the source of Wednesday night's declaration of United, which all of the senior players who are part of Twitter engaged in?
Not too sure. Yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so I didn't actually see that. But I suppose it's pretty self-explanatory. We're united and together as one. So if you want to be with us, and support us, and that's what it's about.
I was really interested to watch Tommy Bell, who's been in, been out, showed glimpses of stuff, but how tough he was at the end of the game, continuing to bore in and do the work that he's required to do. He sometimes turns the ball over, but he was much better at that.
Yeah, we just had a team meeting before and we spoke about that and saying, that last quarter, Belly was great, those critical contests, I suppose. You're right, he was cracking in, boring in, tackling, holding those tackles and getting the ball forward, which was crucial at that time of the game, especially late. So hopefully he can hold his spot now, and it's very important to us, that big body around the stoppages, and hopefully he just keeps improving.
Robbie, appreciate your time and well done on the winners list.
No worries, good. Thanks, guys.